Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to our Beyond Fit Life monthly training call. It is July. Can you believe it? And we are talking about Fab Abs this month. So I'm so excited that you're here. Hey, Christy. Hey, Melissa. I'm going to give everybody just a second to come on in. Can you believe when I signed on an hour ago, we had 224. I just checked, we're up to 226 ladies. So I know that we'll have some ladies listening to the replay, as well as a bunch of awesome sisters on the call tonight. So let me just tell you, please say a short prayer because we've been without internet all day. So I kind of had like a mild meltdown moment. Our power went out at like 1 o'clock today, and our internet went out, and it's like they haven't fixed it, and it's throughout our whole neighborhood. I thought like, well, I should go to a coffee shop, I should do whatever, but Patrick saved the day and set my phone up as a hotspot. You guys know I'm so tech like not savvy. So hey, Deb's my tech queen. She takes care of our Beyond Fit tech needs for sure, but I think it's working and we're good. So hopefully this will hang on, and we'll have a great, probably about an hour to chat tonight. So hey, Victoria. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Amber. Hey, Diana. Hey, Rhonda. Okay, so I love the chat feature. It's my favorite. So please talk amongst yourselves. I'm not great at multitasking, so when I get into some of this stuff and I'm like on my soapbox really preaching to you, you can talk with each other. Post your questions, and I'll save some time in between our chat tonight and then again at the end for some Q&A. So I want you to see the link first over in the chat. Hey, Becky, that Deb posted, this is the link to our slides. So tonight's presentation, you can click that link and you can actually download the slides. Hey, Sylvia, so glad you're here. So you can download those and print them, save them to your phone, do whatever you would like to do. I think it will be helpful if you're up for taking some notes. Hey, Heather, because I'm gonna move relatively quickly. I just had so much that I wanted to cram in. I'm like, okay, I talk really fast and just go and try to get it all in. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're here. I did want to take a minute as we're starting out, just to acknowledge you guys and thank you for being here and for dedicating this time to your growth and to your learning about how to do fitness better. So you guys know that these monthly training calls are educational workshops, and I designed them to fit with our monthly challenge. So we have new workouts this month. If you haven't downloaded them and checked out our new site, make sure you do that, and your schedule that tells you what to do when. But this piece of the puzzle in terms of fitness and fat loss is to teach you and to give you the tools you need to understand why we do what we do. So we're talking about Fab Abs tonight, and I'm kind of going to give you just some tips and some tricks and some things I've learned in regards to abdominal development and flat stomachs and beating the belly bloat and all of that. So Diana said, oh, the Fab Abs workouts are killers. You're loving them. Good. I'm so glad. Yeah, they are tough. The scissors, you know, it's like, ow, it hurts so good. Hey, Corinne, hey. So you're in the right place if you're ready to discover the #1 hormone that causes belly fat. Now, you guys know I can get a little geeky when it comes to the hormone stuff. I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can and just give you some more info on you know, why crunches aren't necessarily the answer. And even sometimes, you know, your nutrition can be in check. But if this hormone's out of balance, it's going to cause some issues for you in terms of your belly. We're also going to talk, because I know we do have quite a few mamas on the call, about some post-baby belly essentials. Say that 3 times fast. And then the #1 secret to beating belly bloat. It's all in our call tonight. So sit down, get comfortable, and give me in the chat a woo-hoo Woo! If you're excited for tonight's call. Yay! Yes, I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, so I do know that most of you that I saw come on are Beyond Fit Life members, but we do have a few ladies who have joined. Maybe you're friends of a Beyond Fit Life sister, or you're one of my friends that I said, you need to listen to this call because it's going to be helpful. So if you don't know me, or you're a new Beyond Fit Life sister and this is your first month, I'd like just to kind of tell you a little bit about who I am. I'm passionate about tonight's workshop because I've seen so many women struggle with figuring out how to flatten their stomach. And, you know, they don't know what to do or how to do it, and they're left just kind of frustrated and spinning their wheels. And so I'm a busy mom of 2 boys, and I can relate to being frustrated and spinning my wheels. I was there once. Let me just tell you, I gained 35 pounds with both of my pregnancies, and I had 2 big babies in 2 years. I had the diastasis recti, the abdominal split, that is often kind of the cause of the mommy tummy. I had that twice. So the abdominal split after both of my big old boys. And I successfully healed my abs post-pregnancy. I'm in the best shape of my life now after 2 kids that I ever believed possible. But it absolutely wasn't this way. So I can relate to the women who are just really frustrated. You know, I mentioned that bikini and beach season and all that, you know, it's in full swing, right? So women everywhere, they're like frantically looking for ways to tackle this area. And so I'm really excited to be here with you tonight. Hey, Elizabeth, she's new from Insta. Yeah, okay, so everybody say hi to Elizabeth and welcome her. We're so glad you're here. Hey, Victoria. So I'm excited to help you do fitness better and to get Fab Abs. I asked what you guys wanted to learn about this month for July, and this topic was so important to you. In fact, it was one of the most frequently asked questions, and it still is one of the most frequently asked questions that I get almost daily. Somebody somewhere is sending me a message, how can I flatten my stomach? So this is Fab Abs. And I told you I'm like really shocked that after 2 babies, I can have the abs that I didn't have pre-baby. I never thought that it was possible, and I don't say that to brag. I just tell you that because if I can do it, you absolutely can do it too. Because there was a time when I was super frustrated with my stomach, and I've showed you this picture before, but I was there. I was so frustrated. This was actually before I had even had my kids. So this was before babies, and I wanted a flat stomach, you know, like the tight toned kind of lean look you see on, I don't know, the cover of fitness magazines, right? That's what I was going for. And, you know, I was going from crash diets to hours at the gym, and I was following all the rules or things that I thought were rules. I had tried, seriously, guys, I had tried just about every flat tummy diet or ab workout plan ever written. You see in this picture, like my arms were skinny. I mean, I didn't have any muscle. They were just skinny. And I wasn't overweight, but I could not tone up. I could not get a flat stomach. I always had this like little kind of pooch, even before kids. And you guys know I have a degree in exercise physiology. So like I knew the science behind fat loss, but I was frustrated that no matter how hard I tried, I just could not get the tight toned lean look that I wanted. And like I mentioned, I was exhausted. I was continually spinning my wheels, never getting the, you know, quote unquote fab abs that I was working for. So the turning point, and I have told many of you this before, I finally kind of reached my boiling point and decided things had to change, and I just needed to figure out what to do. When Patrick, my husband, was deployed to Afghanistan. So this was right after we were married, and I didn't have the boys yet, and so he was deployed, and I was determined to be in the best shape of my life. So it's crazy to think about especially when I was working so hard. But I finally came to realize and to understand that I was actually sabotaging my own fat loss efforts without even knowing it. What? Yes, it was terrible. I was working so hard and trying so hard to get my flattest stomach ever. But the things I was doing, they were actually keeping me from getting results. So that's when I learned how to do fitness better. And you guys know that's our motto. That's our hashtag, do fitness better. I figured out my tummy trouble type and I saw changes in my stomach that I seriously never dreamed were possible. And then you can fast forward to pregnancy number 1, postpartum, another pregnancy, and now where I am today in the best shape ever after 2 kids. So that's why I'm passionate about sharing this workshop with you. So you can crack the code and you can get on your way to Fab Abs. So I saw Diana ask, can you share when you did your first bikini competition? When did it take place? So after Jackson, he was 8 months old, I think, when I did my very first show. Yes. Okay, so I told you what we're going to cover, and you'll see that up on the screen. I do just want to mention, I know Elizabeth is on from Insta, and we might have a few other social media friends or friends who aren't Beyond Fit Sisters yet. So some of what I mentioned tonight, you're going to be like, what? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to share everything that I can with you in our time together. But there's still so much more to learn on this topic. So I promise we're going to show you a way that you can get more support so you don't have to worry or be left feeling like confused or, I promise we will help you get the support you need. Okay. So, as you saw on the bonus quiz, did you guys all take that quiz? There are 3 I listed on the quiz 3 of the most common tummy trouble types that I see with my clients, with the ladies that I work with. And they are the slim but stressed ladies, the post-baby belly ladies, and the bloated belly ladies. Elizabeth said she has all 3. What did you guys come out as on the quiz? You fall under 2 types. Yeah, that's pretty common. It's pretty common to have 1 or 2 of these issues. Some women even have all 3. Maybe there was one that you resonated with the most. There's no one-size-fits-all method for flattening your stomach, but I have narrowed it down in my 10 plus years working in the fitness industry to these 3 things being the most common issues if you're really struggling, on getting your flat stomach. So there's no one-size-fits-all, but the most successful approach is going to be taking the Beyond Fit Life information and the workouts, and then going one step further and determining where your tummy trouble lies. And once you figure out your tummy trouble type, like where your issue is, then you can develop a plan to beat the belly fat and flatten your stomach once and for all. Okay, so if you're not sure what your tummy trouble type is, don't worry. We're going to talk more about those throughout the night. So stay tuned. And if you didn't get a chance to take the quiz, I'll post that in the members group so you can take that if you forgot to do that before the call. So let's see, Melissa's number 1 and 3. Yay, Christina, I'm glad you love the new site. Christy is a little of all 3. Elizabeth is mostly 2 and 3. Diana is 3. Okay, so it looks like most of you know what type you are. So let's talk about what to do about each type, okay? So that's kind of our plan for how to get you on your way to Fab Abs this month. And first, we're going to talk about the hormone that causes belly fat, okay? So, we're going to talk to the ladies who think they fall into the slimmed but stressed stomach category, okay? And here's what to look for. These women are typically slim. So you saw like in my before picture, like my arms are pretty skinny, but they carry excess stubborn fat around the middle. And that's what I refer to as being slim but stressed. These tummies typically store fat around the waist and the belly button areas. And their stomachs tend to be like a little bit more firm rather than jiggly, okay? So slim but stressed women tend to be overachievers or perfectionists who stress easily, which is totally me, I confess. And so this stress hormone, this stressing, causes storage, belly fat storage. I'm serious, it's crazy. And so this kind of worsens their trouble and makes it harder to flatten their stomach. So when our bodies are stressed, whether through emotional stress or physical stress, for me, the physical stress of excessive exercise, like seriously doing too much exercise, I was stressing my body from like a physiological standpoint. That was raising my stress hormones. When you do that, you produce cortisol. And you guys who are pros, you know, Heather's like perfectionist, who me? Yeah. So you know that when cortisol is raised, and it's sometimes combined with other fat storing hormones, you know, through the wrong type of exercise, the wrong types of nutrition, too much stress, it can all add up to fat storage around your middle. Cortisol is a storage hormone, okay? So things that can cause your body stress that you might not be thinking of. So like if you're in a stressful situation where, you know, maybe someone's lost their job, or, you know, someone in your family is fighting cancer, or something that is like an external stress, it's pretty easy to spot. But the problem for a lot of ladies is they're doing internal stress to their body without even knowing it. So what am I talking about? Things like skipping meals. I hate this one because I love coffee, but too much caffeine, if you have adrenal issues, over exercising, as I mentioned, those are all really good indicators that you fall into this tummy type, not getting enough sleep. Women with slim but stressed tummies, they tend to be susceptible. This is another note, to digestive issues, and you'll see that on the screen, the last part of the slide, because of the increased stress, okay? So that sometimes causes bloating, and that can worsen the appearance around the middle. We'll talk about the bloating stuff in a second, but I want to give you some ideas of things to focus on, and to like make a to-do list for yourself. If you fall into this category, I know you probably love lists like me, right? So make a list and try to make some of these a priority. So first, prioritize sleep and make rest and recovery a focus of your plan. Now, if you're following the Beyond Fit Life workouts, you're good. I have added in enough rest and recovery days that you shouldn't worry about over-exercising. But I know lots of ladies who are spending hours and hours and hours at the gym each week. You don't need to do more. You need to do better, right? More is not better, better is better. So make sure that you're giving your body time to rest and recover. Slim but stressed women often have sleep issues because of this like high cortisol all the time kind of environment. And that sleep issue can disrupt the production of the hormone leptin. And leptin is a hormone that helps regulate your appetite and causes your body to feel full. So a lot of time when I work with these women, they really crave fatty or sugary foods, and they notice that they kind of want to eat more when they're tired or when they're stressed. So pay attention to that. Set a daily bedtime if you can. Be mindful of getting enough sleep to help with that leptin production. Let's see, what other notes did I have for the ladies that fall into this category? Oh, trade your long duration, moderate intensity workouts for short duration, high intensity workouts whenever possible. So that's going to be resistance training, the Beyond Fit Life workouts, and then maybe a couple of sprint sessions. And then add slow, leisurely walking to your daily routine as much as possible. So slow, leisurely walking is great. The Beyond Fit Life weight training workouts are great. The sprints are great, but you want to get away from that long duration, moderate intensity cardio. I saw a question. Let's see. Stephanie said, what about running 15 miles a week if I'm number one? That probably sounds a little bit like you might be doing a little bit of overtraining for maybe just this season of life with where your metabolic hormones are. If you're high cortisol already, I would be very careful about over exercising. Can you, if you love running, can you do like one longer run a week and do a couple of shorter sprint workouts? We have the 5K training plan or the marathon training plan in the Beyond Fit Life members portal. You could download that and still get your running fix, because I'm not, you know, if you love it, I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but I will just tell you that I ran and ran and ran and ran, and I cycled and cycled and cycled like 100 miles, you know, a lot. I elliptical, and I wasn't making progress. When I changed to the Beyond Fit Life, well, what's now Beyond Fit Life, I changed my stuff. I started doing fitness better, and that's when I got results. So that would be what I would encourage you to maybe try. Another thing with these ladies is that you can, what did I say? Oh, where did I leave off on? So Stephanie, I got off track. Anyways, oh, you can increase your magnesium intake, and that will be helpful. That helps with sleep, and that also helps with some digestion issues. So that'll make a difference to help as well. So that's number one. What questions do you guys have about the hormones or the slim but stressed bellies? Anybody have any questions? If you're having trouble with the chat or the feed, you can try refreshing your browser. I know I'm still seeing all of you on my end, so it may just be your connection. Becky said, how do I become a member? Becky, we would love to have you join us. You can go to beyondfitlife.com, and that will have everything that you need. You'll get instant access. You can literally, like, while you're listening to me, you can go to beyondfitlife.com and sign up, and then log into the members portal and download our workouts. We have a workout tomorrow. There's videos to show you how to do the exercises, plus a schedule. So we'd love to have you join us. All of our current Beyond Fit Life members in the chat, tell Becky how much you want her in our group. We're going to hound you now, Becky. Let's see, what else did I miss? Here are questions. Okay, yes, so Elizabeth said she has a hard time with sleep after a baby. Absolutely. And that contributes to hanging on to that as well, for sure. So speaking of that, let's talk about number two, and that is post-baby belly. So I put up this coffee shirt because it's like my favorite shirt. And I felt like it went well with the slide where I'm talking to moms, because you know how we love our coffee, right? So women who have a post-baby belly, they aren't necessarily new moms, okay? So I just want to make that very clear. In fact, many of the clients that I work with who fall into this tummy trouble type, they have children who are like 8 or 9 or even, 10 plus years old. These women typically have very little time for themselves, and this is the big issue. They've failed to retrain their pelvic floor and their lower abs post-baby. So this could be months or even years of bad posture and a weak core, and sometimes a poor diet that can lead to the lower ab sort of pooch that you just cannot seem to banish, okay? So post-baby belly women a lot of times have the abdominal separation, the diastasis recti, that has never healed, okay? So during pregnancy, as you know, the growing uterus stretches the muscles of your abdomen, and this can cause 2 large parallel bands of muscles. So those are like your 6-pack muscles. That they typically meet in the middle of your abdomen. It can cause them to separate with an abnormal separation, okay? So in many moms, this abdominal separation causes a bulge in the middle of the abdomen where the 2 muscles separate. Okay, so the muscle separation, it typically lessens in the months after childbirth. However, some degree of separation might remain for a year or even more after you've had your baby. It can stay for longer if you're not retraining your core after you've gone through your pregnancy. Okay, so women with post-baby belly, they have weakened abdominal muscles, and this causes low back pain, which is terrible, and it can cause this tummy trouble. Okay. So I kind of spilled the beans on a secret new program that is going to be launching in a little bit for the public, but I gave the Beyond Fit Life sisters, or I gave you early access to the Beyond Fit Mom Tummy Rehab program, and that covers all of this. So that's going to cover in-depth. It's really the rehab program that I used after the boys to bring my core back really quickly. So if you want in on that, I'm giving all of our Beyond Fit Life members early access. So you get kind of a sneak peek of the program in exchange for your testimony and your feedback of your progress. Okay, so you can post about that in the group and I'll set you up with that early access. But let's talk tonight just about some things that you can do for this issue. First, please do not listen to the magazines. Please, please, please do not listen to the magazines, the websites, or uninformed trainers that tell you that you need like thousands of crunches, okay? Thousands of crunches are not gonna get you flat abs, okay? I did not do a single crunch. In fact, I was very cautious not to crunch immediately after I had Jackson and Warren. But I got my six-pack, my abs back within 6 months postpartum of each boy. And I was able to completely close my abdominal separation, okay? So for all of the specific exercises that I did, you can go through the rehab program, you can check out Beyond Baby, but the key here is that not one single one of them was a crunch. Okay, in fact, crunches are actually one of the worst things that you can do, and they may further aggravate your condition. Okay, so if I could give you 3 things to focus on, and you'll see these on the screen, it would be this. Essential number 1, you have to know the degree of your separation. You have to know how far apart your abs have separated. Okay, so that is post-baby essential number 1. You have to know the degree of your separation. You have to track your progress so that over time it's closing. Post-baby essential number 2 is to know the condition of your connective tissue, okay? Now, if you want to test this on yourself, I have a worksheet for you to download, beyondfitmom.com/test4DR. Okay, so that link is up there. You can test this yourself. It gives you some instructions. And then the essential number 3, post-baby essential number 3, is to focus on healing. Focus on repairing. Put yourself through rehab. That's what the rehab program is that I was just talking about for the Beyond Fit Life members. You have to reconnect, you have to retrain, and then you have to rebuild your core. And, you know, I just want to mention that a lot happens when you become pregnant, okay? Your body changes and things move and stretch and expand to make room for that sweet little bundle of joy, okay? So it's normal. It's not something to get like all stressed out about. But I just want to give you the right information and the right tools to know how to fix that. I get frustrated. This is just kind of like a soapbox, but I get frustrated because so many kind of quote unquote experts in the fitness industry, they're so concerned with making money that they ignore the fact that moms, okay, moms need more than like a hardcore boot camp to quote unquote get their bodies back. You know, like they actually need some rehab. Like they actually need a program that does fitness better, not just tells you to do like 3,000 million crunches. In fact, a lot of this kind of hardcore training, it really does more harm than good for many moms. Okay. So if you want to lose baby weight, proper postpartum core training is a must. But before you can make the most of your fat loss or, you know, your baby weight losing training plan, the Beyond Baby or Beyond Fit Life, you definitely have to take time to heal and to rebuild your core. So specifically what I'm talking about is regaining strength, correcting any pelvic floor issues, and addressing the abdominal separation. The most overlooked issue of that is the diastasis recti. That's the abdominal separation. And, you know, some degree of abdominal separation will always occur during pregnancy. It's normal because everyone's core muscles have to expand to give room for the baby to grow. And in many cases, the separation will not be severe. And if you take proper precautions, it will heal naturally, which is great. But in about 60% of pregnancies, the abdominal separation will be wider than 2 or 2.5 finger widths. And that is considered to be the condition of the diastasis recti, okay? So again, you can visit that link. You can test your own abdominal separation and the connective tissue strength, and then you'll kind of know where to go from there. The good news is that it can be healed if you do the correct exercises, put yourself through rehab. If you haven't signed up to be one of the members who does the sneak peek of the Mom Tummy Rehab program, let me know if you want in on that. I'll give you the sneak peek to that program and we'll get you back on your way. Just beware, you know, the bad news about all this is that many trainers aren't aware of the correct exercises and they don't teach the moms kind of the importance of these steps. They don't do fitness better. When I had Jackson, I honestly had no idea how to figure out if I had the diastasis recti, and nobody told me that there were everyday exercises and things in life that I should be avoiding. Now, my posture was terrible. I had terrible posture after being pregnant. He was a huge baby, guys. And so I was, thankfully, I was able to figure it out. I figured out how to test myself, and now I test all of my clients that come to the local boot camp. And if you're in the Beyond Fit Life group, you have access to this workshop, the worksheet that I'm giving you on this link. So you know how to test and you know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't in terms of getting your body back, okay? Okay, so let me see. Post-baby essential number 1, know the degree of your separation. So this is how to do the test. And I'm not going to walk you through this, but you can download the worksheet, as I mentioned, from the link on the previous slide. So here's how to do the test to test the degree of your separation. And then you'll also test the degree of your connective tissue. And just a note on the connective tissue, when your muscles separate, the connective tissues, the linea alba, joining these two muscles, it stretches, and it stretches sideways. So the sideways stretching of the connective tissue causes it to become thinner and weaker. So what happens is this weak, it's almost, you can think of it like saran wrap. This weak connective tissue is now ineffectively supporting your belly button and your back and organs. So instead of muscles as if they were close together, it's weak and it's not good at giving you support. So the cause of this abdominal separation from continuous stretching and the intra-abdominal force and the pressure that's coming from the inside, the connective tissue, and that's why we have you test the connective tissue and not just the separation, it can really take a hit. And usually for women, it's right in the middle of their belly button. That's the weakest spot. But it can be anywhere throughout your midline. But that's why I mentioned like not doing crunches. Anything that causes intra-abdominal force on your connective tissue is going to be something that you want to stay away from, okay? So you can test your connective tissue again with the steps on the worksheet to download, and you'll assess the width of the separation as well. Weaker connective tissue is going to allow your finger to drop further into your midline, and that's something that we want to address if you do have that issue. Okay. And then number 3 is to focus on the healing. So there's so much more that can be said about this. And actually I'm going to do a webinar just on the mom belly topic next Tuesday. So there was so much that I wanted to talk about tonight that I was like, okay, I cannot squeeze it all into our regular monthly coaching call. So I'm going to add a second coaching call next Tuesday, and we'll talk more about this. But these are some tips for you in terms of healing for the mommy belly, the baby belly. Consider taking a good fish oil supplement as well as whey protein or BCAAs. Those are some from a nutritional aspect of the supplements that I most recommend, especially to moms who are breastfeeding, because you're depleted. After pregnancy, you're depleted because you are giving your nutrients to your baby. So these are some things that I really recommend taking. And of course, you know, doing the right exercises to restore your core, and then going from there. Okay, so there's more that we can talk about on the mom section, but we're going to move on, and then you can join us next week, next Tuesday night for that, and we'll talk more in depth, okay? So let's go to number 3. Oh, I saw some questions. Let me see. Okay, so Christy said she needs to focus on that. Yeah, Christy, we'll get you there. Victoria said, this is the most amazing group of ladies on the planet. Yes, so true, so true. I thought I missed a couple more questions, but maybe I didn't. Let's see. Oh, this was Elizabeth. Can belly support band help during pregnancy? I have a link to a workout top that has moderate support that I really recommend if you've got a big old belly. So let me send you that. Will you send me a message or contact me somehow so I can send you that link to what I think would be helpful if you're not using one. But I don't like doing like the binding. It's not like a binding kind of thing, because that actually causes more intra-abdominal pressure. This is just like a supportive workout top. Okay. Corinne, you can't find the link for the sneak peek. Okay. Post in the Facebook group, and I'll post that link probably tomorrow when I'm back in. Okay. So, oh, that's so cool, Delaney. I didn't realize you were a labor and delivery nurse. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about number 3. And this is the bloated belly. So I mentioned for the mamas some nutrition stuff like the fish oil, the whey protein, the BCAAs. But let's talk about what to do when your nutrition leaves you bloated. So does anybody think they fall into this category? Do you think you struggle with a bloat? So women with a bloated belly often have a flat stomach in the morning. This is how to tell if this is you. They have a flat stomach in the morning, and then it fills with gas throughout the day. So typically, I see 3 causes. So if you're taking note, these are the things that I see most. And 3 causes for bloating and digestion issues in my clients. The first is poor diet. The second is food intolerances or allergies. And the third is metabolic damage. Okay, so poor diets and food intolerances are by far the most common offenders for digestion issues and bloating. And the most common intolerances are usually wheat or gluten and processed dairy. Diana, I saw your question about fish oil. You can Google Beyond Fit Mom best supplements, and I have some info there. If you have a question, like send me what fish oil you're taking, and I can take a look, or I can send you a link to. There are a ton that you can get online on Amazon, a few that are good, high quality. Oh, good. So Diana said this was her, and changing her diet has helped a lot. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about gut health, because this is really like the #1 secret to beating belly bloat, okay? So 5 simple steps to gut health. First, you have to eliminate key culprits. Second, you have to reintroduce and note. Third, you have to focus on the 2 Ps. Fourth, you have to drink up. And 5th, you have to take a probiotic, okay? So if you think you suffer from a bloated belly, take a look at your diet and try eliminating key culprits. Generally, it takes about 2 weeks of elimination to see a reduction in bloating. But then after those 2 weeks, you can slowly reintroduce the food, and then you take notes on what foods seem to make it worse. So this is definitely a process, and it takes some time, but it's worth to figure out. It's worth it to figure out your own body and your response, okay? So you wanna focus on a diet that's full of lean proteins and produce. Those are the 2 P's, right? So that's fibers, veggies, and low sugar fruits. You want to drink tons of water. So drink half your body weight in ounces of water to keep your digestive system moving, okay? And I do recommend taking a probiotic. So once you've kind of addressed the nutrition component, you can consider taking a quality probiotic supplement if you still notice that you struggle with the bloating. But I start at number 1. You take 2 weeks to eliminate your key culprits. Then after that time, you slowly reintroduce them, and then you take a note of what is really causing the bloating, which foods seem to make it worse. Then you focus on obviously eliminating the foods that are making it worse, right? And you focus on the 2 P's. You focus on eating protein and produce. You make sure you're drinking a ton of water, and then you take a probiotic. Probiotic supplements promote a healthy gut, and they repopulate your digestive system with friendly bacteria. So that's very important. If you struggle with bloating or digestive issues, so things like constipation, or just any type of digestive gas, a probiotic is a must. It's one of the best supplements that women can invest in, because sometimes bloating, it's just caused by an imbalance of the bacteria in your intestines. Especially it can seem to happen at times when you've been eating more processed, kind of sugar-filled foods. But for some women, this is something that they just always sort of are out of balance with. So probiotics can help restore the bacterial balance. But you do need to know that not all brands have been proven to work. So make sure you get a quality brand that is actually going to have like a probiotic strain in them, not just like the cheap whatever that somebody's trying to sell you. So if you have questions about that, you can send me, post in the Facebook group, post a link of what you're taking, and I can look it over. But that's something that's really helpful to get your digestion back on track. Do you guys have questions about the bloated belly? Okay, so let me see. So Christy said gluten and dairy were her 2 culprits, and she loves cheese. Yes, but I'm so glad you figured it out. I think, it's so, like, knowledge is power. It's good to know your body that way. Broccoli and cauliflower, yeah, they can be bloating. And so Deborah, that's a great question. Broccoli, asparagus, cabbage, they're all the same family, but are great veggies for fiber. Yes, they are. Some people have no issues with them. I have no issues with broccoli, cauliflower, or asparagus. But I know I have a really good friend who, she takes half a bite of broccoli and like the gas comes, okay? So everybody's different. Yeah, Elizabeth said that gets her too. So other good veggies for fiber, honestly, you do leafy greens. Think outside the box. You can even do things like kale, you can do spinach. All of those are loaded with fiber and lots of other good, healthy vitamins that don't typically cause like the bloating and the gas and stuff. So Victoria said, protein and produce plus BCAAs and probiotics equals life-changing. Yes, Victoria. Yes, you are right on. Let's see. Sometimes the bloat is worth the splurge. Yeah, if the bloat doesn't bother you, hey, eat some cheese every now and then. Will it get better the more I eat? Christy, I'm not sure I understand your question on that one. Yeah, kale is less bothersome. I agree. For some women, kale and spinach and those type of collard greens. Christy, if you'll post your question about what you are hoping to get better the more you eat, we can answer that one. Okay, so Chrissy said people tell her to cut out dairy, but she can't cut out Greek yogurt. Otherwise, you feel like you won't get enough protein in the day. Yeah, okay. Well, if you don't want to cut it out, I'm certainly not telling you that you have to. But if you think it's causing you issues and you're looking for more ideas of things to get protein from, can we do lean meats? Can you do some more eggs, hard-boiled eggs, eggs for breakfast? Of course, I know you're doing your protein shake after your workout. Those are all good sources of protein without the dairy. Oh, okay, so like broccoli. No, it's not necessarily going to get like better the more you eat, Christy. I think it's just like your own body's individual kind of tolerance and how it processes. So, okay. So, oh my gosh, this is crazy. You guys, I finished early. Okay, so this never happens because I always am so long-winded. I'm so proud of myself because I had so much information. You guys were great listeners. Maybe that's what it was. You brought good luck. So I'll stay on and answer questions. Also, I wanted to remind you that we will I'll be in the Facebook group probably in the morning. I'm going to go kiss my boys good night and read a bedtime story after we do the Q&A. But if you have any other questions, you could post them in the Facebook group. I shared everything I could think of with you in our time together. But there is, like I said, there's so much more to learn on this topic and just on doing fitness better in general. So I promised I'd show you a way you can get more support. So we would love to have you join the Beyond Fit Life Club. I cannot tell you, like, it's just the greatest group of women ever. I'm serious. Like, it is the greatest. So join us. If you're not a member yet, we would love to have you. You can jump right in and instantly get our workouts and a ton of recipes and a general nutrition guide. We have info on tracking your macros if you're into that. We have a schedule that tells you what to do when. I don't know, sisters that are on, what's your favorite part of Beyond Fit Life? Comment and tell me. Hey, Kelly, good. I'm so glad. I hope that it was helpful. There are a bunch of different kinds of probiotics, Sylvia, that I recommend. Post in the Facebook group and I'll send you a link to a few. There are a bunch out there that are good quality, and I can help you choose one that is a good fit for you. Yeah. Good, Elizabeth, yay! Okay, so Elizabeth and Victoria, I know you guys are gonna be accountability partners. Does anybody else need an accountability partner? If you don't have one, post in the Facebook group and get connected with someone ASAP, okay? Yeah, Melissa, good, I'm glad. Yes, I'm with you. Okay, Deb, having women that are 100% supportive and never judgmental. It's awesome. Like, you guys, I really do love our ladies. I don't know about you, but I feel like it would be hard to find a group of ladies like this supportive and this encouraging anywhere else. I mean, I just love you so much, and I love like everybody sharing their progress pictures. It's been so neat to see people sharing and being like truly vulnerable. I mean, you know, sharing those progress pictures is you're like really being vulnerable. You're opening yourself up, and it's just so cool to see women like supporting each other and encouraging each other. And, you know, we get so many places and stuff in our world today that's tearing us down. So I think it's really cool that we can all come together. Yeah, sisterhood bond. We do feel really close. Yes, so Sarah said she posted a belly pic of herself today. I saw that and loved it, Sarah, by the way. And I cried happy tears with every supportive comment. And I'm serious. Like, you know, everybody in the group is just so encouraging, and in a world that's so negative and that just tears you down and tears you down and tears you down, it's nice to have a place you can come and be supportive. And, you know, strong women lift other women up. And I truly believe that. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you being part of the group. Elizabeth said, why do you use BCAAs and how much are membership fees? Okay, so the membership for Beyond Fit Life is $34 a month, which when you think about it is like a crazy awesome deal, because you're getting workouts each month, a schedule to tell you what to do when, you get lots of recipes, and then you get like personal coaching in the Facebook group. So I know the thread moves really quickly, so I do miss some posts, but I always spend time every day going through and looking at the questions and answering. And then we have that pinned question thread. So if you ever have a question that you need answered like right away and you just need to make sure that I see it, sisters, you know, you can post it there. And anytime I log in, I check that first. But I block out time every day in my schedule, usually twice a day, to go in there and to answer all your questions. So yes. Okay, so Kelly needs an accountability partner this month. She's traveling next week. Yes, Kelly. Okay, post in the Facebook group and tell, just copy that message and we'll get you partnered up. Christy, you just came back from traveling. So Christy, could you partner up with Kelly? You guys would be a great, actually, you know what, Christy and Kelly, you have to partner up. I'm making it mandatory. Okay, Christina needs a partner too. So Christina's jumping in that group. You guys will get along really, really well. I think you'd love each other. Okay, oh, Corinne needs a partner too. Okay, so Corinne and Christina and Kelly and Christy, we've got, does anybody else need a partner? Comment if you need one and we'll match you up with the greatest accountability partners ever. Okay. And then, you know, you just like check in with each other if you know, whatever works for you. Yay, Elizabeth. Okay. I'm so glad that you were able to join us. If there's anything else we can do, don't hesitate to reach out. Beyond Fit Life Sisters, if y'all need anything, you just post in the Facebook group and, post your questions. Let me know. I'm really rambling now. I don't know what to do because we finished on time tonight. But post your questions. I'll be in there. I'm teaching a local boot camp in the morning. And then my plan is to get my own workout in. And then the next thing on my list, you're at the top of my list, is the Beyond Fit Life group. So I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I don't want to go. I feel like we're all just sitting around drinking a coffee date or something now. Does anybody have any other questions? Do you ask me anything random? I'll answer. Okay. I'm going to give it till 7:55 and then I will go. It's fun to talk with you guys like this though. It's really fun. Yes. Good. Okay. So Victoria, you've got Elizabeth covered. What was for dinner tonight? Okay, so chicken in the crock pot and salads, because I knew that I had to get ready for this webinar and I was slightly stressed, about not having internet. So like, you know, I told you I'm on my like cell phone hotspot. So I'm like, I'm going to have dinner ready and that way I won't have to worry about it. So I did just regular shredded chicken and then we did salads with the Greek yogurt, cucumber, dill as a dressing. And it was really, really, really good. The boys liked it. Patrick liked it. I loved it. The KitchenAid is like my best friend for shredding that chicken. So I cooked it in the crock pot this morning and then I threw it in the KitchenAid, shredded it up. And it made almost kind of like a chicken salad taste with the Greek yogurt. It was really, really good. What did you eat for breakfast? BCAAs. Google Beyond Fit Mom BCAAs and you'll see a whole list of why I love them. I also posted a big thing on Instagram with why I love BCAAs, like all the benefits. Oh, Christy, that was your dinner too. Awesome. What did I eat for breakfast? This morning I had a 1-carb waffle. It was really delicious. Tomorrow I'll have my protein shake after my workout. And I usually like to make my protein shake like super big and like really thick and full of ice. So I'll do like a scoop of protein and maybe like a little PB2 or some sugar-free like pudding mix or like half a frozen banana. I'll throw something like that in and then blend it all up. This morning I had my 1-carb waffles and those were super yummy. Okay. Thanks for answering about the BCAAs. You're awesome. Thanks, Deb. Okay, let's see. do you drink protein shakes even on non-workout days? You do not have to. I, for convenience, quite a bit I do usually for breakfast. That's just like a super easy thing. Like I'll do like the protein waffles, like I said, or I'll have one mid-afternoon, but not always. My only days that I absolutely make sure I do for sure get them are on the days I do the Beyond Fit Life weight training. And that's 30 to 60 minutes after the workouts. Chicken in the crock pot. It's a winner, Christy. Okay. All right, well, it's 7:55, so I'm going to go catch the boys and catch their bedtime story. But I love you guys. I'll be in the Facebook group to answer any more questions that you have. Check in with your accountability partners. Let me know how the workout goes tomorrow, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.